Greetings. Thank you for joining us on today. On this show today, we have a wonderful guest going to share some great information about community strength. What I've learned that in life, our common bonds within a group are more important than our individual division. There's a proverb that says, I am because we are. We have a phenomenal guest who is an incredible individual who will share with us wisdom today about improving your life and the importance of community and binding together for strength. Do me a favor, share this on the internet, text somebody, hit the share button, whatever social media platform you're watching, and stay tuned for a great show. Thank you for joining us today on Strategize. It is my joy and delight to welcome you to our show today. We're going to start off today. We have some wonderful online comments about the importance of community and the importance of having strength in the community. And I just want to share some great information that was given to us. And hopefully this will be helpful for you on today. Some of our guests who watch our show have taken the time to share some great information. One of the comments we received from Dr. Marcia Lucas, she said, family to me is anyone who embraces me and live life with me and the vice versa. She said, mutual support and love, being available to each other in good, but also in bad times, not necessarily blood relatives. And I thought that was phenomenal. Thank you, Dr. Marcia Lucas, a wonderful woman who let us know that the importance of family, as you know, a family that unites together also presents strength, but also an aid to many others. And family does not all the time mean a blood relative, somebody you trust, and someone who can be a blessing in your life. For just another comment here that I found to be very intriguing, Dr. Michael Gillen, a wonderful professor at Nyack University, phrased family as this. He said, family is a treasure chest of memories. I thought that was a superb comment and accolade to his family. Dr. Gillen is a psychologist and a professor as it relates to family and marriage. And I thank God for his wisdom and insight. But I really agree with him that family is vitally important and you must cherish the good times and remember the wonderful times that you've had in your life. So I thought each of these comments were outstanding and certainly prepare for our show today. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to think about who has brought strength and who has brought knowledge and expertise in your family unit, but also in your community. As we know, we're in some turbulent times, but I know that as we look for good lights, look for positive things, we can find people that we can trust, or God can lead us to someone that can help us reach our goals in life. So stay tuned. We have some wonderful guests, some wonderful information coming. Stay tuned.
Hey, come on, saints. Well, come on, saints. Hey, come on.
The corner of New Avenue and Mount Avenue. Join us every Sunday at 10 a.m., starting in the month of August. Please remain 6 feet apart. Please wear your face mask. Please remain in your vehicle. We are asking if you're sick or feeling sick, please stay home. All services will be streaming live. Watch our live stream.
Come on, everybody, put your hands together here. Put your hands together.
WOPKojic.com. WOPKojic.com. Come on, saints, let's have church.
One more time. Let the Holy Ghost move.
Hello, everybody. We're here at Wine Dance National Night Out. We're having a blessed day, and to combine this job here with my wife.
I want you to give a good warm welcome to New York State Senator John Brooks. Come on, clap your hands.
Fabulous Wine Dance National Night Out. Hello, everybody. My name is Jarrett Lewis, and I'm inviting you to connect with me. Connect with me on Instagram, on Facebook also, at jarrettlewis.com. Check out the media tab on jarrettlewis.com and view our videos on demand. God, they will bless you. And also, don't forget our YouTube channel also. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know you will be blessed. Blessings, everybody. Jarrett Lewis Ministries. Pray God's richest blessings upon you. And remember to strategize with the power of God. Today I'll be representing the Way of Prayer Church. We're located at 113 Mount Avenue in Wyandanch, New York. Today is a wonderful day of festivities, a parade, food, fun, and fellowship at Wyandanch Day. Wyandanch Day Parade, leaving from the Martin Luther King Clinic all the way down to Wyandanch Park. We're excited. And we know that you'll be blessed by the food that has been prepared by the saints at our church. Come on and stop by and get your plate.
Today we have a wonderful guest. He is a premier coach in our region. He has great business acumen to build and also to bless family legacies. Because of his special ability with people, he is a community leader. One thing about this community leader I admire, he surrounds himself with an environment with people who have positive thoughts and who can present positive solutions to our society. He is an example of an individual who pushes positivity. So it gives me joy and honor to introduce our guest, Coach Devine Smith. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going, brother, elder Jarrett Lewis? Thanks for having me as a guest on Strategize.
Welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you. One of the first questions that I must ask you, certainly I've seen your work in the community, and it reminds me of the saying, it takes a village. And when we think of family dynamics, there are many types of families. You know, I knew your grandfather, who was well known in our community as a great painter. I met him through my father and yourself, Mr. Smitty, and your mom, Miss Pat, who was loved by so many people in the community. One trait I admire about you, Devine, as a coach and as an individual is that you respect the wisdom of our senior fathers. What does what does family mean to you and the importance of a father?
Yeah, it's a great question. Obviously, you mentioned my grandfather and my mother, and those are the pillars of the Smith family. So my grandfather is my role model. It's something to be said about having someone who you're a direct descent of, who can teach you how to be a man, how to be a father, how to protect yourself, how to protect your family, and how to be disciplined. And so I learned a lot of those lessons from him. And, because he was able to own his own home, I always believed that I would be able to own my own home as well, which I do, which I share with my beautiful wife, Vanessa, and my two daughters, Desiree and Gabrielle. My mother, growing up as a young man, there was a great deal of adversity in my life. When I was 8, my 3-year-old brother was hit by a car in front of me and died 2 weeks later on on Mother's Day. My father passed away my senior year of high school 2 days before my 18th birthday, and from HIV. And I found out at that time that he had given that he had given HIV to my mother. And about a week before my high school graduation, my grandfather passed. So I dealt with so much adversity as a young person, and throughout all of that, my mother was always able to show tremendous amount of love. And so I just could never, I'd always was able to look at adversity and say, you can't beat me, just because she always loved. Everything was about love. It was, it was her children, it was her husband, it was her church, it was God, it was, everything was about love. She was someone who didn't know that she was giving that service to the community, but she was. So those are the pillars of the Smith family, the two who are my backbone and who have created this version of me, which I love, which is a community involved basketball coach for the last 20 years. So I'm excited about that. Family dynamic, when I think about family dynamic, these key words come to my mind: love, honor, respect, leadership, guidance, mentorship, trust. And these aren't just relegated to just your family. Family dynamics it's a symbol, it's a thought anyone can share in that. So my best friend, we've been friends since we were 6, and we haven't always seen eye to eye, but what we've always been able to do is trust, honor, respect each other, and be honest with each other. So that's great, because that's how you grow. So that's that's another part of it. So I've already kind of spoke about my upbringing with my grandfather and my mother. I don't want to leave out my siblings, because they've also played a major part in that, who I am, because of the love that we share for each other. And then just the values and the virtues of family, which are some of the things I just illustrated. And then the seniors in our community, like, they're seniors for a reason. They have the utmost experience. And if you pay attention to their actions and you see all the greatness that they've accomplished and what they've given back to our communities, how can you not listen to them? It's pretty basic and obvious that if you follow great leadership, that you're going to come out most likely on the other end of it as a great leader.
What are the top 3 lessons you have learned at the lowest point in your life? Wise woman shared that family is more important to me than anyone who, and she stated about who embraces me and who's lived life with me. And I'm referring to Dr. Marcia Lucas' comment. I thought that was superb. But I want to ask you, what are the top 3 lessons you have learned about the lowest point in your life, and what have people taught you to overcome these challenges?
So the first thing that comes to my mind, which I've kind of already started to illustrate, is adversity. In addition to some of the things that I've already chronicled, I had, we grew up in poverty, and there were times when we didn't know where our next meal would come from. There was a 6-month period where I was in foster care. And so, like, I know about, dealing with adversity. So, I moved out to Long Island when I was 13, and I started to play organized sports. And, I go up to the free throw line, and I'm about to take a couple of free throws to, win a game. I'm not worried about the free throws. It's such a simplistic lesson in life, and there's so much more out there that people are dealing with. So, because I'm adversity tested, that's the reason why I'm able to, look at things positively, no matter how negative they become. So I realized that adversity is a part of life. It would be the first. Secondly, like, love is pure. It's not judgmental. So we have to be willing to accept people for who they are. If they speak a certain truth and they embody that truth, whether we agree with it or not, that's not our choice. We don't get to judge that person. So that would be second for me. And, you know, just how I feel would be third. Like, you know, when things are the toughest, you have to be able to pick yourself up. It's not, you're not always going to have someone there to pick you up. You know, it's the story that I tell my daughter constantly, time and time again. My job is to prepare you to deal with life. That's my job. That's Vanessa's job, because we were 10. So we've done that. So we're trying to help you eliminate loss of time because you refuse to listen to life lessons of those who come before you. Like, that's part of growth and maturity.
Those are awesome answers. Those are awesome answers. I really appreciate your authentic responses. You know, I've learned that the father of Dr. Martin Luther King taught Dr. King about saving, spending, and sharing, but he also taught him more about sacrifice and how to serve humanity. When people think of the word investing, they think of finance a lot of time. And I've learned that the quality time is worth more than money sometimes. What would you like to share with us about the concept of investing, and what should we invest in?
We should invest in ourselves holistically. We should develop every inch and every part of our bodies, from our head down to our toes. We should explore the world. We should conversate with people who we have no idea about their culture, about who they are. Like, investment is something that we do to better ourselves. You know, I had a conversation with a couple of my buddies who I live stream with on our YouTube channel. And one of the things I said to them is, I'm investing in what we're doing on our live stream because I can't go wrong investing in great people. I just can't. I know your heart. I know what you're about. I'd rather take my money and invest it in us, getting our message out about the perspectives of Black men. And I know for a fact that we're going to come out on the other side of that feeling pretty good about that investment. And I learned that from my mother. Once again, it's because of her loyalty, you know, that I truly understand about investing in myself, about investing in my family, about investing in my church, about investing in my community, about investing for my future and creating generational wealth for my family. You know, I've learned some of the financial lessons from working as an insurance agent at Guardian for 5+ years, and now as an agent at New York Life. So I've educated myself quite a bit on how to invest my money so that it stays in my pocket and it becomes an asset to my family going down the line, and that I teach my children how to also do those same things, because I want them to teach their children. So because time is a major factor. And so that would be the other thing as far as investment is concerned. What do you invest your time in? Are you sitting in front of a TV watching TV for 18 hours? That's not a great investment of your time. You know, during the pandemic, I've done so much around my house, the playhouse for Gabrielle. There was no sports, and I used that time for other things, and I realized that I don't need to watch as much sports. I just don't. I need to allocate my time a little better. You know that you can watch the full game highlight on YouTube. It's like a 10-minute video where it shows you all the key plays of the game. So you know, invest in positive energy. The world spins on an axis, right? So if you stay in positive energy, you keep spinning and evolving with the world. If you don't invest in positive energy, it kind of slows down for you. So, you know, invest in positive energy. And then, like I said before, generational wealth. Teach all your virtues and values to those that come after. Teach it to them. Let them know that these virtues will bode very well for them. There's something to be said about feeling great and not getting paid.
Communication often has a sender and a receiver, and unfortunately, often there are barriers. What is your message, and who should receive it, and how do you deal with these barriers when you're trying to convey your message?
So I would say, to be clear in articulating the message you're sending out, people should understand your mindset. So you have to be able to articulate that. Those situations change. It could be someone who you know for a long time. It could be someone who you just met. So those conversations are going to go a little different based on those relationships. So just be mindful that, we want to understand what each other are thinking. In order to do that, we have to articulate well. But the other side of it is we have to be objective and be willing to accept the knowledge we're receiving, whether it's something that's in our fundamentals or not.
I looked at particularly your website, and when I looked at your mission statement, I saw these 3 E's on your website. First was experience, then I saw environment, then I also saw examples on your website. And there are so many types of communities that you work with, whether it be the white, the black, biracial, mixed couples, mixed families, blended families, just a diverse amount of people, even individuals in the minority, cultures or minority communities. I believe no culture is above another culture. I firmly believe that. But my question to you is, how can we demonstrate this every day, even in difficult times? And as a coach and as a businessman and as a community leader, how should we demonstrate this?
So the 3 E's, I really, really like the 3 E's. So let's talk a little bit about the 3 E's. So experience, right, is literally the best teacher of life. It's the best teacher of life because if you experience it, then you know exactly what that looks like. Environment. So for me, you remember the movie Trading Places with I believe Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy? So Eddie Murphy is a street hustler, and he, two Wall Street brothers, they make a bet that they could swap Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, put them in different environments and see, if they excel or if they fold under the pressure. And Eddie Murphy, he excels in the moment when he is working on Wall Street, and Dan Aykroyd kind of crumbles under the pressure of being from the street and trying to hustle his way through life. So it's kind of similar to that, right? If you grow up in a impoverished situation, what do you know about money? You don't. If you grow up in a wealthy situation, then what do you know about poverty? You may not experience that one way or the other. So I believe your environment is a big part of your makeup. So, and I think obviously there's exceptions to the rule, but in the generic sense, like that's what you're dealing with. So you have to figure out how to navigate through that. Examples, most likely people will follow your lead, instead of your mouth. If you talk too much and you can't back it up, this, Elder Jared, you played sports. If you're out there and you're telling your teammates to sprint the floor or to box out or to not turn the ball over, and you're doing all of those same things, like, are they really going to respect you? No, they're not going to respect you. So, the reason why I think that I've become such a great leader is because of accountability. Is because I've always held myself accountable. I said I can't open my mouth and not be able to hold myself accountable to those same measures. And that I like to talk. So,
Well,
I
let
really
me
think
ask you
that
this. let me ask you this: how can people get in contact with you? The last 2 minutes, as we close out here, what do you think the best way people can learn? I feel you have so much to offer. In the next 30 seconds, there, how can people get in contact and learn about you?
So you can get in contact with me or via my website, which is www.diverseskilltrainingny.com. You can follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel that is also Diverse Skill Training. And then my Instagram is going to be diverse_skill_training. So you can reach me on any of those platforms, or if you see here at the bottom of the screen, you have my email address as well as my cell phone number. I am literally available whenever I answer my phone, which is most of the time.
Thank you so much for sharing your insight, your information. And I know that you're able to help, whether it be a young man, a family, or even someone in our business community, business industry. I want to thank you so much. We appreciate you. Stay in contact and we'll talk soon. All right.
I thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Have a good night.
Awesome. Stay tuned, everyone. Stay tuned.
I pray that you were blessed by this broadcast on today. Consider making a financial contribution or donation to our TV program. Perhaps you can give $20 or $50 or even $100. We are empowering lives with the gospel of Jesus Christ. There are two ways you can make a financial contribution: by Cash App or mailing in your offering. For Cash App, $JERITT LEWIS. It's $JERITT LEWIS. Or you can mail in your donation to 831 Sycamore Avenue in Bohemia, New York, 11716. Once again, there are two ways to give. You can give by Cash App or by mailing in your donation. For Cash App, it's $JERITT LEWIS. Or mailing your donation to 831 Sycamore Avenue in Bohemia, New York, 11716. Thank you, and may God richly bless you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I want to thank our guest, Devine Smith. Thank you to our producer, Mr. Al Garvin, who's doing a wonderful job. And thank you all you who took the time to listen to our show today. I'm going to ask you, please share this with somebody. This may be a source of encouragement to touch a young man, a young lady during these turbulent times that may see someone positive and just bring the source of encouragement. I pray God's richest blessing upon you. And remember, strategize with the power of God.